If you're trying to make sense of this new reality of staying home, working from home, and existing from the place you live in, then this video's for you. Keep watching. Hey, Mike Blissett here, founder of Speak Like a Pro Online, sharing ideas, tools, and techniques to help you speak with more confidence, make better videos, and grow your business. On this channel, you see book review, tech, and how-to videos, just like this one. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you get to know each and every time I upload a new video. And in today's video, I wanted to share a set of ideas that I mentioned in a mastermind meeting with my group last Wednesday, and it was how to navigate these challenging times, this different situation, this staying at home and existing and still having to stay sane and happy and alive and connected and still managing to thrive in your business whilst we're navigating this virus, this coronavirus, and how. And so what I mentioned with my mastermind members was this concept that I learned from Tony Robbins many years ago, about 15, 16 years ago, called the 6 human needs. And I was just trying to put a context around it of how it's applicable and how it can help you and me and my mastermind members in the present situation. And so we had this conversation in the mastermind meeting, and Liz, one of my friends there, one of the members of the mastermind group, said, you know, that would make a great video just to share with people who watch your videos. So that's where this video came from. So if you are watching this video, this is as a result of what you said. So thank you for that suggestion. So let's jump in. Tony Robbins formulated what he called the 6 human needs. And there are a set of needs that, broadly speaking, if they are met, and of course, we've all got different ways that we meet them, but if we meet all of these needs, and I will go through them one at a time, if we meet them, then we'll feel successful, alive, balanced, in a good place as human beings in any part of our life. And of course, if some of those needs are not met or we disregard them, then that's why sometimes people say they feel, for example, out of balance or off balance, or, you know, on the face of it, everything is working, but they don't feel happy. And so, as I say, it's just a broad set of needs that just to keep bearing in mind, just to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and who you are as a human being and everything that entails. So I'm going to go through each of these needs one at a time. And the first human need is the need for certainty. And I'm going to apply each of these needs to really, you know, my understanding of it, obviously, and really what it means for now, the present situation, whether that's your situation or generally, or what we see on the TV happening in our city or the parts of the world that we watch on TV. So certainty. My perception is that we all need to feel certain to some degree in some way. So whether that is in usual times, we have a place to sleep, we have people that know, like, and love us, we have a certainty in that we feel, you know, reasonably healthy and that our life is going the way we want it to be. And, you know, we kind of feel pretty certain. We're feeling okay. We know that tomorrow we're going to be okay, and the day after tomorrow we're going to be okay, and we're going to go on holiday in the summer or the winter or whatever it is for you, and we're going to be okay. And that's a sense of certainty. Now, what that is for you and for individuals, of course, we're all individual, we're all different. And so whatever that sense of certainty means for you, if you're meeting that need, then you're probably feeling quite good in your life, in that you're not stressed or hassled or afraid at the edges or feeling, you know, unsettled in some way, because you have that sense of certainty, that need is being met. But the thing is, if we only ever feel certain, if there are no surprises, if we never have adventures, if we never try something new, if we never start that new evening class or language lessons or learn a musical instrument or go to a different city or place on holiday or whatever, if we never do anything new, if we never meet anybody new that we didn't know, that we have an opportunity to make friends, if we never have any surprises, if everything's always certain, then of course we get bored. We get we're meant to grow, we're meant to move forward, we're meant to thrive. And so that's what is moving into the second human need. The need for variety, for new and exciting. And this is where we thrive. This is where we learn a new language, we learn a new skill, we build a new business, we make some new friends, we go to somebody else's party where we maybe don't know anybody else, and we know that we're going to have a good time. This is uncertainty. And the thing is, the way I always describe this with clients, and I've mentioned the 6 human needs with clients and audiences and in training for so many years, that I see these first 2 human needs, certainty and uncertainty or variety, as a bit like a set of weighing scales, and that the balance is different for everyone. Some people thrive on more certainty, and some people thrive on more uncertainty. It depends on you, and I'm sure you have an understanding of this, and probably know someone that takes more risks than you, that thrives more in an uncertain business than you, and equally other people, they just seem like they do what they always do and they never take any risks. And because we have a variety of all these people in our life, and we're part of that mix as well. But here's the thing. At the moment, we've been thrown a massive curved ball. We have massive uncertainty. We don't know quite how to deal with this new virus. It didn't exist only a few months ago. And so there are no certainties. We don't know when we're going to find a vaccine. We don't know when we're going to find treatments. We don't have a treatment for it at the moment. And we don't know how we're going to control it in society. And so this is massive uncertainty. And the thing is, if you have too much uncertainty, this is when we can get agitated and nervous and unsure and stressed, and all the things that if we have too much of uncertainty, that's kind of how we feel. In coaching, we call that the stretch zone. It's a good place to go and learn new things and conquer new ideas, but equally then we need to go back to the comfort zone in coaching, or certainty in the 6 human needs, and recharge and calm down and relax and just feel centered again. But at the moment, with the virus, we've got massive uncertainty, and not only with regards to the virus, but equally your business, perhaps. Just thinking about what you do, how the uncertainty has shown up. Find some more certainty, and that's where, whilst we can't find certainty in knowing when a vaccine is going to come, or when there's going to be that magic treatment that's going to, just support everybody that maybe gets ill or whatever. We don't have that. We can't get that certainty right at this moment. So we look for the certainty in other ways. And this is where I was just sharing with my mastermind group, and this is just my theory. When we can't find certainty in the way that we obviously would like to find it in there be treatment or a cure for it, we find it in other places. And this is where, for example, things like here in the UK, toilet rolls. Flour is another one. I mean, certain specific items at the supermarket have just been they've just been sold out for weeks. You just can't buy toilet rolls and flour. Like, are people going to suddenly become bakers in their kitchen now that there's a lockdown or a stay at home, because there's still bread in the shops? So it doesn't really make sense, but the way it makes sense is that those kind of items somehow unconsciously give us a sense of certainty. If we know we got a stock of toilet rolls, got a few bags of flour in the cupboard that maybe we'll never use, but we know that we've got them, it gives us a sense of certainty. And when you have massive uncertainty, what do we need? We need a sense of certainty. And I think, at least that's my theory, that's where the kind of panic buying, I think, has come from for the most part. Now, the third human need is significance, in that we all need to feel a sense of significance in some way, in some form, in some aspect of what we do, whether it's that people. And I'm just thinking, if you're a coach, if you're like me, if you're a coach or a trainer or a speaker, or if you run a business, in some way, on some level, you're probably seen as a leader. Not necessarily a president of a country, but you really are seen as a leader because you share ideas. It's known as thought leadership. So whether it's your top tips or your how-to, you're a leader. And the thing is, now with a lot of people who are at home, and they're having to renegotiate how they do their business, and maybe they've lost a bunch of clients, or a way that they can deliver their business, at least at the moment, because it's that transitional kind of phase at the moment, which is uncertainty, obviously. That need, that human need, that significance isn't being met. And so that's why within these 6 human needs, within what I'm going to be sharing with you in this video, I'm going to be sharing some ideas about how you can start to meet each of the needs, including significance as well. The 4th human need is what Tony Robbins called love and connection. Now, I'm sure you can appreciate that as human beings, we are sociable creatures. That's why we have friends and family and maybe partners, and live in communities and churches and villages and towns and cities and countries, and we thrive. We are more when we're more than one. That's just a nature, that's a characteristic, that's part of our psychology of who we are as human beings. And there's been studies done through the years that if you actually isolate someone, eventually they'll wither and die, because, of course, that how much connection and how much love and connection we need is different for everyone, because we're all unique. But the one truth is we all need it. And at the moment, with social distancing, with having to essentially separate, not go to work, not go to coffee shops, not go to training events, not go to talks, not go to the movies and bars or whatever it is, however you go out and socialize or just be around other people, when all of that has been taken away, then we need to find it somewhere else. And thankfully, these days we have the internet, we have the, whether it's FaceTime or Skype or Zoom, and I don't know whether you've seen on the TV or on YouTube recently that just some things I've seen are people doing singing a song, and they're all in different locations and kind of doing it together, or even singing Happy Birthday for someone in a group, and they're all on FaceTime or Skype or something. And I saw one brass band here in the UK. I'll try and find it again and put a link below the video. And they were playing the theme song for a movie from many years ago called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And it's if you've ever played in a brass band, I used to play the trombone in a brass band many years ago, and it's just fun. It's a great piece of music and it's fun. And it was a group of, I don't know, about maybe 20, 25, 30 people in this brass band, all in different locations, some of them in the car, some of them in the living room, the kitchen, wherever the garage, and they got the phone in front of them and they play their instrument, whether it's a trombone or the trumpet or the bass or whatever it is, and they're all playing this theme at the same time, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And there's a conductor somewhere on one of the screens doing this, and it was just hilarious. It's fantastic. And so this is a way that we can still find that sense of love and connection, even though we're not necessarily supposed to go out and be sociable as we usually are as human beings at the moment. The 5th human need is growth. And we all need a sense of growth, of some sort of growth in some way in our life, whether it is learning a language, whether it's going to a new place, whether it's a new skill, a new hobby, new friendships, maybe we're producing something, whether it's a video course or writing a book or learning a language. We need to have a sense of, and this is probably tied to the second human need, the variety. We do need to be able to grow as human beings so that it keeps us, it's almost like watering a plant. It's nourishing a plant. It keeps us nourished. And so I think it's really important. Now, again, at the present time, even though we have social distancing and under various lockdown or stay-at-home rules, we do have a huge opportunity on our smartphones and our devices, computers and tablets and all the rest of it, that we can reach out and grow. And I've been in touch with so many speakers and coaches and colleagues who are partly using this time to learn a language, the one they've wanted to learn for 10 years, but they never had the time to do. Now they're doing it. They're doing an online version of it. I know a couple of people who are learning to play the piano. People are doing things that, as I say, they wouldn't ordinarily allow themselves time or give themselves time to do, because life is always so busy and we're going around doing different things. And yet now, because we have this space, it can almost be seen as in this human need as an opportunity to grow, to invest in you. So just think about, what is the thing you have been perhaps putting off or thinking you'd like to do someday, but that day has never quite come yet. Maybe this is the time to get that idea out of your box in your mind and dust it off and have a look at it and think, well, actually, is this something I do want to do? Do you really want to learn that language? Do you really want to write that book? Do you really want to learn that musical instrument? Do you really want to paint? This is possibly an opportunity to do it. And then finally, the sixth human need is contribution. And obviously there's the contribution. How can you contribute to your society, whether it's helping local authority or the medical service or local neighbors, people in your community with their shopping or medicines, etc. There's that side of contribution. But equally, as a leader, as a coach, a trainer, a speaker, as a therapist, a counselor, consultant, yoga teacher, physical education teacher, whatever it is that you do, your people-centered business, how can you use some aspect of that to contribute and help other people? For example, this video, just sharing the 6 human needs, it's part of a contribution to help people just kind of make sense of what's going on, so that if they can make sense in their mind as to how this is affecting them and how they can still thrive in it, then I think that's giving back a sense of certainty, which again is the first human need. So just think about what that is for you, whether it's giving Tai Chi lessons on YouTube or coaching to your local community, because even though we can't necessarily go out to a business, to a location, to a building, we can do it at home. We can do it in our living room. We can do it on the dining room table, and via the internet, via video, you can still produce that as well. So that's a way that you can, as a human being, as a leader, as a business owner, can contribute as well. So that's the 6 human needs. Let me know how you're meeting them in the boxes below. And if you've got any questions, leave them there as well. If you have enjoyed this video, remember, hit the like button. And if it's been your first time here, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get to know each and every time I upload a new video. Remember, this channel is all about sharing ideas, tools and techniques to help you speak with more confidence, make better videos and grow your business. I'm Mike Blissett. Take care.